Welcome back, everybody. This is Bento. I've had quite a few people ask me how it is that I make my money, and there's not a simple answer. That's very diluted. There's multiple processes to it, but it'll make sense. So, one of the things that you really need to look for is everything is useful. Everything that you can look at, whether it be wood or stone or anything, everything has a sell price and everything has a buyer. It may not be right now, it may be later in the future, but everything you get has a potential to be bought. If you kill a sheep, skin it. If you kill a rabbit, skin it. Get a lucky rabbit's foot, sell it for a couple gold, get some skinning, craft it up into the next, set of materials, sell it. So I'll go through a couple of things that I do personally to make my gold where I'm currently at, and being able to help you guys figure out what fits your niche. So a lot of people, play New World how they say it should be played. A lot of people say New World is completely PvP. That's what it is. If you don't run PvP, you're playing it wrong. You might as well not play it. And that's not entirely true. Most of the time I don't run around PvPing, but I enjoy particularly making gold. Having the gold on the server, is something that I greatly enjoy. It's something that I enjoy doing with my time. And that's what matters, right? The game does have bugs. It has a lot of different problems, but a lot of the base systems that are there are really good if you figure them out. And not knowing it is one of the better things of the game. We still don't know a lot of stuff, and we're just now figuring out how things like luck works, how all these different systems work together. Okay, as you can see, I'm sitting here at 147,000. I've spent quite a bit of it. I've had more, but this is what I'm sitting at right now. So if you want to look here, these are different things that I've already completed. I sold the filed hat, different things, just things I've gotten through looting chests. Reinforced mining like was I was going for. Most of the gear doesn't sell very well. It takes a couple days to even sell off. So they're not really one of the things I focus on, but I try and keep things like reinforced mining luck because there's always a need for them. Leveling up my engineering, iron arrows, fairly easy to make, fairly cheap to make. Buy the materials off the auction house, make a slight profit with it. Okay, there's always a need for things like iron arrows, believe it or not. Infused health potions, leveling up Arcana. These, pure profit, 4 gold each. Selling these, I made a lot, and all these have sold. I got a few that I just recently made and stuck up on the auction house. Those haven't sold now, of course. Some of these have expired, so like my Void Ore, I've had it up a couple times. It was 14,000 whenever I put it up. I believe it was 13,000 is what I had set it at. It didn't sell. 8,000 didn't sell. I think I'm down to like 6,000 something. See what I'm exactly at. Void Ore, yeah, I'm at 6,700 right now for the Void Ore. Waiting on it to sell. I put it up about 3 hours ago. But there's all kinds of things that you can sell to make a profit. One of the things that you really have to look at is everybody needs everything, and you want to be able to fill that niche that other people don't really do. People hate to log. People hate to go out and farm. They don't want to sit here and have 1,000 gear sets, and they don't want to sit there and have to go take the time that they have limited playtime with to go farm something when they want to just be the best. And so being able to fill that and have those professions maxed, or those professions at a level that you can fill those niches, is what you're looking for. So if I look at gems, selling pristine opals, things like that, these are very lucrative, very worthwhile things to go for. And you can take the lower end gems and you can, boost them up, and you can sell these things for a lot more. So a couple of little farming places I go for. I've already posted a few of them. I have First Light down here. Okay, First Light Village. Running here doing the herb farm. It's one of the videos I have. Grabbing all the herbs, grabbing all of the other materials around there, grabbing any flint that you get for whatever quests, selling, anything like that. As well as all the little stashes here, the little chests from the Dayspring Mills, the little, the fruits, the vegetables that spawn here. Fill that up, do that for about an hour or so, and then sell it all over at Everfall. Or you can use it to actually craft up other things, which I tend to not have a whole lot of luck with, and selling food materials. Food's one of the things that a lot of people have leveled up just from playing the game. It's fairly easy to level. Doesn't take barely any effort. So if we look also, there's other farming spots. I did the iron one here in Northern First Light. You get multiple things. I don't know, when you go for a farm on something, you're not wanting to get that one thing. If I want to come here and I want to get iron ore from First Light, then I'm coming here and I'm getting oil. And I'm coming here and I'm getting Tingle Wisp. I'm coming here and I'm getting all these other materials that I can sell or I can use all at the same time. When it comes to Shattered Mountain, this is another one of my major farm spaces here, Scorched Mines. Okay, there's multiple things you can get here. More than likely, I think the guild I'm currently in is disbanding. I donated a bunch of money. Yeah, so he's actually sending me my gold back, some of it. Scorched Mines. If you come here, this is a very grindy area. There's a lot of people here all the time. But if you actually take a look at what you can get here, even when other people are around, you can still make a lot of money. You can still try and get those little bit of orichalcum nodes at least once a day. Come in here, grab your elite chest, grab your regular chest, grab your platinum veins for those gems. For the orichalcum, for the gems, for the orichalcum, for the titolium, for the cinnabar, for the void ore. You have so many different things that you can get in this one little location that everyone wants. They want to get that endgame gear, they're going to pay for it. If you have the means to get it, the time to get it, the gear to get it, it's something that you can make a lot of money off of. When I go into Scorched Mines, I usually walk out with around 21, 25 cinnabar and around 31 to 40 tolvium, with sometimes a void ore, sometimes no void ore. Plus a little bit, probably about 1,000 orichalcum when I go there, not including all of the other mats and regions that I get when I go there, plus increasing my watermark. You're talking a couple thousand gold, a couple thousand coins, just from that couple of minutes. About an hour and a half's worth of running Scorched Mines. Then I would go hit other things, like let's say, I really want to watch a movie, anime or whatever, then I would come out and I would just hit trees. You don't have to think about it. You can watch something else on the monitor or on the TV and still get something done. And I understand that there's a lot of people that don't enjoy that, but that's something that I enjoy doing. I feel like I'm doing something rather than just sitting and watching entertainment. That's not to say every time, if there's a really good show, then it's something I watch. That's different. But as a general whole, not everything is something that I want to watch right then and there. So being able to take that and turn it into productive time that you can use later on is something that I enjoy. So that's always an option for you. But everything you see, you can always make money off of, and saying, oh well, the iron arrows, they only sell for 0.05, right? Well, you craft 10 per one crafting. So you're actually making 50.50 per craft of one. And if you're farming the mats up for it, you know, beyond even just the feathers, even if I bought just the feathers, I'm still making a nice profit on it. So being able to take a look at that and saying, hey, you know, this is what I want to do with my time, and sticking with it will help you in the long run. So, take a look here, different orders that I'm running. We have different things that we're making money off of. I can show you, these are all the completed ones. These are all just my sell orders, not even my buy orders. But if we look through here, these are different things that you can make a lot of money off of. A lot of it's not even really high stuff. Barb vine doesn't really sell for very much, 35 gold. Amber, these are all things I've gotten from farming the mines. These are things that I've farmed up myself. I farmed up a lot of the Azoth water. I've gotten some of it from buy orders. We're looking at about 213 from this one, and I have an active order. I've gotten 28 from this one. Everything else I've went and farmed myself. And I can show you farm locations for that if that's something that y'all are interested in. Iron arrows. I bought the materials for most of these iron arrows off the marketplace. I had like 15,000 weight. Couldn't even move. I had to drop most of them on the floor and come back and pick them up and put them back, put on the auction house, come back, pick them up, and just keep doing that until I was able to put all these up. In the end, I probably won't make very much because of the trading tax and the fact that I had so many that I had put up. You know, probably not the best idea. I could have moved it around, but it wasn't like it was a whole lot of money, so I wasn't concerned with it. If I don't make, you know, all of my money back, it's fine. My sand flux, these are things that I've gotten from just regular general farming. While I run around and I collect, you know, broccoli down in Windsward and Monarch's Bluff. Just running here collecting broccoli, grabbing off everything I can along the way. That gave me the sand flux that I needed from collecting the chests as I went through each one of the farms, because I wouldn't just hit the broccoli. I wouldn't just hit these one little locations. I would hit all the farms, come back and hit the broccoli again, because there's a timer for them. Instead of sitting there waiting for them to respawn, go back and hit something else, you know. And just being able to get the most out of your time spent, you know, whether you're just farming that one thing. Don't think of it as, okay, I have to go farm the iron ore, I'm gonna go get iron ore, and you come back with iron ore and maybe a skin or two. You want to come back with iron ore and oil and tangle wisp and skins and silver and platinum and gems and fate iron and wood. Even if it's just wood while you're waiting on some news to respawn, hit some wood, because all this stuff sells. If you take a look at even charcoal and things like charcoal on my server, selling for 0.24 per charcoal. Someone just bought a bunch of this because this was just at 0.15 just a minute ago. So this went way up comparatively from where it was. And it takes nothing to make, but people don't want to farm it. They will buy it here first before they go and farm it. And you can't be one of those people. You have to, I mean, if once you have the money and you have things settled, you're making a good income from the stuff that you farmed up or from running the auction house, sure, buy stuff that you want to buy. Make sure it's a good price. Say, okay, this is what I'm not going to go over. And let's say if I was going to buy charcoal, definitely don't need this much charcoal, but let's say if I was going to buy charcoal and these were a lower amount, I wouldn't buy anything over like say 0.3. And I would put a hard cap limit on myself, and I wouldn't buy it over that. And I would buy everything in this range, nothing more. And you can also look at different settlements and make sure that it's not running in. I would see this is 0.15 in Brightwood. See, a lot of these you could buy it for cheaper. So, but figuring out where it is that you want to stay and the margins you want to stay in to make sure you're making as much gold as you can. The other thing you can do is you can run the market. You can flip different items, you can upgrade different items, you can use your upgraded materials that you got from running the mines, the scorched mines in Shattered Mountain. You can take those materials that you just got while you were increasing your modern market and making extra money, come here to the auction house, buy out iron ore, buy out iron ingots, iron bars, iron ingots, craft those up into steel ingots using your sand flux, take your sand flux, and especially your obsidian sand flux, and taking it and getting all the procs off of it and selling all of that for profit. A lot of that proc is just pure profit. And most people don't sit there and they don't think about it. It's something I definitely thought about whenever I was first doing, whenever I first got into New World. But it counts for a lot of money when you think about it and when you get down to it. And just all these little things that you can do. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, if you want me to go down deeper into something that I do specifically, whether it be skills, how do I level stuff up, or how I'm exactly going to work on leveling up a profession. It may be slow, maybe take me a week or two to level up something, but that's what it takes in order to make sure that I stay at a margin, because I'm not intended to use most of these. I'm not going to go craft bags for the most part. I'm not going to go craft all this stuff. Some of the things I do like doing is arcana, furnishing, jewel crafting, also a lot of that. These are things that are more useful. Weaponsmithing, a lot of these things are going to run out of usefulness over time. Weaponsmithing, armoring, those are going to run out of usefulness. Probably one of the first things is going to run out of usefulness. Arcana, always going to be useful. Cooking, always going to be useful because it's consumed, it's used. Jewel crafting is always going to usually be a need for it, just because people are going to want the extra, gems. Maybe they disenchant something by accident. They get a new piece of gear. You're going to need to be able to be the one to cut it. Stone cutting, it's always going to be useful. Engineering, it's also going to run out of its usefulness. It's going to start slowing down. These items, these professions, are going to be one of the first things that slow down. This is going to always have a use. And arcana, cooking, and furnishing, these are going to be one of the things that are going to end up being very useful, especially when you get them up to the higher levels. And so just understanding how an MMO works and what is going to have a longer lifespan, focusing down on those things is going to help you greater than focusing on things like weaponsmithing and armoring in the short term. That's my personal opinion. Could be wrong. We'll see. They could update it and be huge. The best weapon and armor in the game is solely just from crafting. Doubt it, but it's possible. So, but also keeping your eyes open on different changes to be able to make those adjustments. So some of the things that are on here right now, so if I look at my orders, buy orders, I have things like animal viscera and animal eyes. These are things that were just posted yesterday, and as soon as I watched the video, I came on here, my server was already maxed out on price with them. It only had like a couple hundred views, and but it was something that I was not aware of, and maybe they know of something that I don't know about, someone does, or maybe someone's buying them just for shiggles. I don't know, but they were very expensive, so I put some buy orders up. I've gotten a little bit off of it, but keeping your eyes open for all these little changes that New World is making in order to get the game working properly, in order to add in content like they're wanting to, like the Void Gauntlet. These are things that you're really going to want to look for and keep an eye out for in order to increase your profits. If y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave them down in the description below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.